Okay, I am on my way to the post office. And what do people go to the post office for these days? But get some stuff done. But it's not going to be easy because Adam was using my SUV recently. You know, he's older than I. And for whatever reason, I do not get it. He pushed the chair, the driver's seat chair, so far back that I feel like, you know, I'm practically, I cannot lean all the way back, because then I would be practically laying down, and I can't get it to fix it. I can't. And he had done that. He did that the other day, and I had to push the seat back, but I didn't notice this part of it because for whatever reason, but probably wasn't driving it, but still. Anyway, complain. But today has been a really strange, noisy day. Strange is the stuff I've been watching on TV. I don't know. There's quite a bit of questionable, I'd say at best, shows on TV these days. Where does this stuff come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, who come up with this stuff? One of them was just so I mean, I've seen more than one show that was like really just totally bizarre. I'm talking series too, that I just had to say no. No matter how interesting the characters, and they weren't all that, but it was so, I don't even know what you call it, so, besides bizarre. And other ones too, they start off right off being, it's kind of like smut would be the word, S-M-U-T, like from the start. I'm like, okay, does this need to be this? Or, and so far I haven't seen any reason for it other than what it is. Okay, I watched a couple, 2 or 3, I don't know. There's no real reason that has to be like that. You know, to make the story more interesting, you know, to make the story whatever, or to tell the story, there's no reason for it. It's just bizarre. I know there could be a deeper reason, but like money, maybe. It's not really a deeper reason. That's a usual one now, isn't it? But anyway, other than that, they've been working on the roads in our neighborhood, and with my allergies, all the dust and, you know, dirt and all that. Plus Adam has his own little, not little, it's kind of big, project going on that involves the same kind of thing. And the outside of the house. And man, it's not been easy for me. I'm serious. So much dust and all that. And then we have all these, you know, this is spring in Texas, okay? I don't know about where you live. And I know that there's spring in every place on the planet. But like I said, I don't know what it's like where you live, but here is, oh my goodness. But quite often it's a big chunk of the year. The flowers are growing and growing and growing and growing. They just keep growing. More pollen, more pollen, more pollen. But why is that thing blinking? Okay. But I don't like driving it. I haven't been driving at night for a long while. Or have I? Not this far. And plus, it's kind of like a weird shine on my, yeah. The gas place was right there. It was $3.79. But anyway, it's kind of hard to see the road. These lights aren't on up here. And then you have all these weird, you know how the lights are now on people's vehicles. Some of them are, you know, there's a lot of complaints about how some of them are just so bright, and they don't even have their brights on. Yeah, and that is a big problem, seriously, for me. I guess it's for everybody. Like I said, there's a lot of complaints about it. You know, I did not know that this post office is actually closer to the one that's in our suburb. Wow, they have several, but the one that's closest to us, I should say. And I'm not exactly sure where this one is. I don't know if I've been to it. My tires seem like they're kind of rough on the road. Okay, what does that mean? Let me stop and see if I can find it. Okay, got that done. I did not know where the mailbox was, and there was a couple of young people inside of it, and they were the only people in there. It's closed. So that's the post office. There were a couple of young people in there wearing hoodies. It was 80-something degrees, and they were goofing off. They're still in there. Like I said, they were doing something weird. I didn't say that exactly. But yeah, they're playing with the machines. Okay. Seriously, they're playing with the machines. Don't know. But anyway, so I didn't get out. I just went and found it. I went and found the mailbox. You can just drop it off, which I had planned to do anyway. Anyway, you're just going along with me for this ride. And while I'm bitching and complaining, like about all that dust, I'm still feeling it. Here I am driving here. My lungs feel so heavy from all of that today. And it was feeling this yesterday. And I do have an inhaler. It's new to me. And, well, I got it in November, and they just said use it, you know, use it when you need it. But then I was looking online today, and it was saying if you use it more than, one of them said 2 to 3 times a week. 2 to 3 times a week. That's right. And the other one said 1 to 2, I think. If you use it more than that, then you need to contact your doctor. Why do I need to contact my doctor? And because the prescription says something different. Anyway, but yeah, and I looked up to see if, you know, and mine's for asthma. I guess, I'm telling you, these doctors here that I've run across, not all of them, the ones I've run across, they don't tell much. And you can ask, and they still will skirt around to where they're not answering. It's a bunch of BS, you know? That they will find ways to not just directly answer. The answer should be, like when you ask a question, when the answer should be yes or no, not gonna happen. And because they're not gonna say anything that directly answers that at all. The ones I've run across, not every single one of them, but pretty much, and I have seen a lot lately. So I don't really know, and I have to look stuff up online, and you know, there's a lot of jokes about people looking up stuff online. What they suddenly look stuff up online, and they think they're degreed now. They think they're MDs. You see what I'm saying? But, well, when are you doctors going to take the time to, you know, my doctors, the ones I saw, to explain stuff to me? I mean, seriously, they will not. And you can even say, is that an answer? Yes or no? They still will not answer it at all. Just, I don't know how they keep their jobs. And then, but I have noticed that when I go into these doctor's offices now, they have, they say this is going to be recorded. They have it on the wall. The last one I went to has it on the wall. These, you know, your patient visit will be recorded. I don't know why. It never has happened in history until the last year. All of a sudden, I guess because we can record them too. Nope, nope, nope. You cannot record. You are not allowed. That's what it says. Some of them will have it. Signs that say recording is that you can't record. And I've read it or something where it says why is because of HIPAA. Well, the HIPAA law, from what I understand, I'm not an expert. Why aren't you going? Yes, it's me that's supposed to be going. I cannot tell. There's no light that says I need to be going. But from HIPAA law, from what I've understood, unless it's changed, I'm not an expert. I'm not a voice of authority on it. I have read it. I used to work in this field. But it's on them. Nobody should be hearing, if I'm in a doctor's office, nobody should be hearing what I'm saying, and I should not be able to hear what they're saying to somebody else. I shouldn't hear anything about anybody else's health condition, and vice versa. Okay, nobody should be hearing anything about mine. I know that might be difficult for them to remember, but that's how it is. That's how it was, at least. Okay. So, but then now they're going to say, like, if you're recording and it picks up on something on somebody else's health condition, it shouldn't be doing that. There should be no reason why my recording my visit that I would hear anybody else's health condition. Period. That's not on me. That's on them. That's how I see it. But you look, a lot of things are, or it's all about, putting other people at fault. No, and I know there is something that says that, in order for them to practice business, well, a lot of places practice and they don't have that problem. So the problem would be with the staff, or you having really extremely thin, paper thin, or you putting sheets up between, patients or something, or you just really, really extremely thin walls for a doctor's office. Seems like that's more on you. The doctor. I'm talking about the doctor, not you, but the doctor. Yeah. Not the patient. But anything that can be put off on somebody like the patient. This is what I'm seeing a lot here. I'm not saying everywhere. I'm not saying everywhere here. I see a lot of it here. Blame the patient. And to me, when a doctor's office or a hospital, the first place I saw it, I think was at a hospital, if they have to put up signs that there's no, that recording is not allowed, then there is a reason. It's an admission of guilt, in my view. You're going to, hit me? Somebody come behind me and is trying to hit me from the same direction. Yeah, you on the road, that's right. So I had to go, really. But, anyway. But to me, that's an admission. If they have to put up signs, that's the first thing I felt, is that they got caught doing something wrong. In the hospital that I saw it in, I can believe that. I definitely can believe that. They did something wrong, got caught, and to protect themselves, they said nobody can video. And it was probably the doctor. It probably wasn't about another patient. It was probably about that doctor. I know one of them, when I went, there was one of them that I guess got let go or something. I don't know. And the next one, I thought he was okay, but then I found out he's not. I see that a lot. The first time that you see them, me, the first time I saw them, they were real nice, real great, real nice. Each and every time. Except for one. He started off being bad right off the bat. But then it's like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. The second time, oh no, they're a totally different person, and more like a monster. So anyway, That was an easy trip. Y'all helped me out. You know, it really was an easy trip. I could have gone, but I cannot. That little light. I'm not taking any chances. Whew, I should have gone. But anyway, it's just good to get out. I'm telling you, all this air, with this pollen this is April the 7th. Yeah. Plenty of pollen. You know, all this going on. And then all that extra dust and oh my gosh. Dust and dirt everywhere. And Adam's project. My goodness. Okay, hey everybody, this is Grace. I'm on my way home. I went to the post office, put something in the mail. I needed to just get out of the house as it was. And I didn't want to forget this. It's my taxes. And I only have, 8 days to get them turned in. Yeah, I got Adam to do them today. And then he's like his back was hurting. And there's not that much. It's just kind of filling in stuff like we've done the last couple of years. And this is mine. And it's like, okay. He said his back was hurting him really bad. And after he got finished, and it didn't take him long at all. Seriously. But then I said, isn't there another form that's supposed to go with this? And he was just like, I think he was lying. I think he realized he had messed up maybe last year. So I hope that it wasn't the case. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to put this on private. I'm fairly certain. That's once I said all this, I said, private. See, they're doing all this road construction, and it's, it's more of the sidewalks, and then the ends of the sidewalks, and that kind of thing. But oh, it's something else.